So what we want to do now is program the game so that it has background music that plays as you're driving around dodging cars. And if you look here under backdrops and you go to sounds, you can see here that I have this background music sound effect. It's quite loud, so we might need to adjust that. But it's not really music, it's just more a sound of a semi-truck driving around. And that's what we're going to use as our background music. So the way that we're going to get that to play is right here when we broadcast start game. That's when our game's going to play. So we could either say when I receive start game, or we could just do it right after we broadcast start game here, which is the same thing. And we're going to do a forever. And under sounds, we're going to say play until done. Not play, but play until done in the forever loop. And we're going to use the background music. Okay. And so let's go ahead and see if that works out. Alright, so the levels are pretty good. And now I'm dodging cars, getting away from them. And I'm going to crash into this third car here, or I'm going to sideswipe them. Bam! Okay, so the background music's working fine, but when we crash, we want to play the truck horn sound that we play in the beginning of the game, like right? Or actually, we want to play this crash sound right here. Okay, so first of all, let me cut off the beginning of this sound effect and the end. Let me trim that. And we want that to happen when we receive the crash broadcast. So I'm not going to use play sound. I am going to say play sound until done, and I'm going to use crash, and then I am going to stop all. So let's go ahead and see if that works. And this time I'm just going to go ahead and crash into the first car that comes down the road. Alright. And you see that since I added that play sound until done, these cars keep coming until that crash sound is done. So that's an issue because you see here it's going to play the sound until done, and then it's going to stop all. Right? So then it doesn't stop all until the crash sound is finished playing. So how do we get that worked out? Well, when we're over here on the cars, well, I guess not that car, because this one's going to hide when you receive crash, but the ones that clone themselves, when we receive crash, what we can do is go to control and say stop other sprites in other scripts in the sprite. So stop everything else, including the forever loop that is creating the clones, right? So let's go ahead and stop everything else, and then we're going to do that for all of them. And let's see, when I receive crash, stop other scripts in this sprite. When I receive crash, stop other scripts in this sprite. And the blue, when I crash, stop other scripts in this sprite. And if we go back over here, I guess we also want to stop broadcasting all of these messages, right? All these signals to create the clones of the cars, and we want to do that right when the crash broadcast is received. So we could say the same thing here and say stop other scripts in this stage, right? And so that will stop the broadcasting of all of these different broadcasts that create the clones of these cars. So let's go ahead and try that out and see what happens. And again, I'm just going to crash into the first car that I run across. And the black tanker is going to get it. And that's the effect that we want. We don't want the cars to come out anymore. And that does it, right? Stop other scripts in this sprite.